too long. Had this company for 25 years.
Really? So how did you choose this trade?
I saw, when I was a young boy, at the age of 12, 13, I saw a skull ring when I was on holiday with my parents. And I thought it was clever that someone had actually made it. And then my dad told me that a friend of his had a jewellery workshop who were goldsmiths, and I got the chance to go in there when I was 14 and my summer holiday and work in there, and I really liked it. So I started my apprenticeship when I was 17 as a goldsmith and diamond setter, which I did until I was 19.
So you started well young.
Yeah.
I'd known what I wanted to do that young.
And then I left and came back to it when I was 25 and set up my own business and started designing. The design part didn't come from that, it came from just my own interest.
And that was one of my questions actually. What is your design process and your inspiration?
I tend not to work in one style, so I get inspiration from lots of different things, whereas a lot of designers have one style and that's it. Or a lot of things are distinctively mine. I'm quite happy to jump into something else and do something different. So I get inspiration from everything really. A lot of it from textures of things, like rocks or something, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it can come from anywhere really. I just have books of them. Yeah. And then some things I've been doing at the moment have been going back to the original jewellery designs or things that were done in the 14th, 15th century. Yeah. So like your signet rings, all these things have been done at some point. So just redoing those.
Awesomes. Do you ever upcycle old jewellery?
Yeah, I upcycle all the time. We get lots of people come in that have been heritage jewellery. And obviously they've got nice diamonds in them or stones in them, and you've got the metal there, but it doesn't suit them. So the idea is to try and create something that suits them, that doesn't look like it's made from something else. So we take them apart, we use what we can. Either we recycle every bit of metal we use. We're probably one of the industries that does and always has done, just because of the cost of it as well. But we save everything from that. And the way I work is I'll make them a wax model first, so they can visually see 3D what it is. So we do a lot of that. A lot of the ones I'm doing at the moment where people are getting divorced. So I make the wedding and engagement ring into something that doesn't look like a wedding engagement ring, but it's not going to waste.
Have you ever had someone came in for their wedding and engagement rings and then like 10 years later came back with them and said, can you change them into something else?
Yeah, lots of that.
Really?
Yeah, I've done about 3 in the past 2 weeks.
Do you have repeat customers?
Yeah, I do.
That's brilliant. Do you have any advice for young designers wanting to get into the trade and make their own name?
Yeah, really, is to learn every technique that you can. Don't be scared to try anything. Draw out what you're going to do for. Don't be restricted by the metal. So if you get a piece of metal, don't look at it and think, oh, that's what I'm going to make. But you don't get there you only get there by hard work, really. And you've got to be open to criticism. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And you never stop learning. Yeah, I get lots of that. I don't listen though.
What or who on earth convinced you to wear elf ears?
Someone that I'd rather not talk about. I'll just grab this.
Yeah, go for it. I think.
Hello.
One more thing. How do your designs start out? Do you sketch them out on paper?
I do. I've got books full of sketches that go back years. Some of these are my first ones. So these ones I could have done these in twined link.
Oh wow.
So these ones go back sort of 20 years.
Yeah.
Ones. This is the start of Luna.
Cool.
So every collection starts with a rough drawing. And that was logo, based on my logo design.
And you do tend to work in collections. Is that something that you were taught or something that kind of naturally happens?
I find it easier to sell it because if someone comes in to buy the ring, they want to be able to buy the earrings to match and other pieces. So then you work out what you're going to do. Yeah. And then I finalise it as I finish it. So you can see the locket that we've done here, which is... here somewhere, which is this. So that became that.
It's not focusing, hang on. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. I love seeing it from the sketch to the finished piece.
So I've got books and books of these of ones I haven't even done yet. But you know, and then I do them. That's like another Finn one I did.
Love the Finn rings. It's like my one.
But I was going to do each one as a sculpture of
So
other
which one
collections.
is it? Yeah. So those were based on the car.
These were based on the GM Auto Armour concept cars.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does start with a
Trying to
sketch.
focus it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Thank you very much for wearing the elf hat and putting up with us today, Jezza.
That's okay, no problem. Don't let that happen again.
Ever again. We'll wait until you've forgotten about this episode first.
Yes, let's not talk about that.
Should we see if we-
Down in the